In this video, we will be taking you through the contract termination notice, giving some background on when and how the notice is to be used, and what information needs to be included when publishing one. The contract termination notice is a compulsory notice which must be published when a public contract is terminated. The notice must be published within 30 days, beginning with the day on which a public contract is terminated. This includes contract expiry and termination by one of the parties to the contract. The function of the contract termination notice is to inform stakeholders that a contract has been terminated and to ensure that the data record is kept up to date. Under the previous regime, it may have been unclear whether contracts have actually terminated or extended, and it is intended that this notice will provide clarity on the status of a contract to interested parties. The use of the contract termination notice will allow more scrutiny and allow for greater analysis of the value for money of the whole contract, ensuring that there is greater clarity regarding changes made to the contract, such as, for example, extensions to the contract duration. The contract termination notice will also function to fulfill the requirement in Section 71 of the Act relating to the assessment of contract performance, which requires that authorities must publish certain information when a supplier has breached a public contract and that breach results in the termination of the contract. It is intended to ensure that there is a public record of which suppliers are subject to the discretionary exclusion grounds relating to breach of contract, both for transparency purposes, but also to make the process easier for authorities. The contract termination notice does not apply to private utilities or in relation to direct award user choice contracts. Please refer to Section 41 of the Act and the associated guidance and regulations for more detailed information on these exemptions. The following information must be included when publishing a contract termination notice, though please note that authorities should refer directly to the regulations and associated guidance, as this information is only being provided as a general guide to the notice requirements. The required information is information about the contracting authority, the title of the procurement, the unique identifier relating to the contract and, if applicable, the framework or dynamic market under which it was awarded. For each supplier which is party to the contract, the notice should include the supplier's name, the address and email address, as well as their unique identifier. Information about the reason the contract was terminated, the date the contract was terminated, the total estimated value of the public contract. Where a contract has been terminated as a result of a supplier breaching the contract, the authority must also include a statement covering the details specified in Section 71 of the Act, confirming the circumstances, as well as confirming whether the breach resulted in damages or a settlement between the supplier and the contracting authority, as well as the date of any award or settlement. Where the supplier did not perform the public contract to the contracting authority's satisfaction, the date when the contracting authority considered that the supplier had failed to improve, having been given proper opportunity to improve its performance, as per the requirements in Section 71 of the Act.